Don't
touch
me! What's up?
Haha, and welcome to our coffee shop. I'm your host, Mida Leong, and welcome to another episode of the KopiBros show presented by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you that are tuning in via YouTube or any sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for giving us a try, for giving us a listen. We're just a bunch of Singaporeans that have a phobia.
I'm a phobe.
Cockroach bugs. I'm so scared. Now, once again, I'm joined by three Singaporeans that do not want to get a phobia. I'm joined by the KopiBros. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing well?
Just came back from my holiday.
Oh, nice. Where do you go for your holiday?
Genting and KL. Donating some cash to Resort World.
Resort World. do you manage to play like Baccarat, blackjack?
Yeah, I played the machine one, lower betting. Then you can play longer time.
There's machine Baccarat, meh?
F. So
it's like a computer lah.
It's like computer, but they have the live one at the center. Then everybody just play with the banker at the center stage.
Okay. Okay. But the banker is not a artificial intelligence.
No. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, isn't this a bit rigged?
Yeah. Like you travel all the way to Genting to play on the computer. Oh no, we can't do this at home.
But I think, right, in a way, most of those like lotto slot machines, they have to be confirmed rigged to some extent, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
The banker always have a advantage. That's why the casino always wins, because they have like a 5%, 2 to 5% advantage. So long term wise, the casino wins the money.
I think the biggest thing is that you gotta know when to stop lah. You got a lot of just like just one more bet.
Just one more. Then the commercial is, I'll put it all on Germany.
Yeah. Germany won't go on.
The other commercial is the guy keep borrow the friend's money, all this, right?
Yes.
Stop it. Fear of losing money. This episode will be a good one for you, because today's episode we're going to be diving into the wacky world of phobias, where each of us have sort of researched some of the weirdest phobias they have come across online, and each of us are going to present one of them to the audience. I think the term phobia and fear, they tend to be used rather interchangeably. If you the common consensus is that if you have a fear, that means that you have a phobia. Now, do you guys agree that this is the case?
I believe it's true.
Oh, okay. We have clashing opinions. Brandon, why do you see is the case?
Because I believe literally the baseline of a phobia means that you have a fear or something. But the baseline is from that. It stems from a fear.
I think there's some kind of phobia. Do not start off with fear. It's more like a disorder in the mental.
Oh, okay. So you see,
so
it's more of like...
Then you have that particular weird kind of fear that, or kind of OCD kind. Yeah.
Probably fear to me is of a lesser extent. Yeah, but phobia is really something I think it really goes, like, how to say, deeply rooted in you. Then sometimes it's not that easy to just shake it off.
So when I went to go and research the term, because it is true, like, it's really interchangeably used. Like, if you have a fear, that means like, oh, you have this phobia. But when I went to go and research, right, a lot of people says that in the case that you have fear, there is like a lower level of intensity of that fear. But when you have a phobia, it's like uncontrollable, like extent of fear. So a good example of this, right, is that you may have a fear of flying, but you will technically, if you have a fear, you still might go on the plane. But if you have a phobia, right, it's like you can fly half an hour, right? Or you will take like a 24-hour car trip, right? You will easily take the 24-hour, like I will never get on the plane. Like that's the extent of it. Like for me, right? I really thought about this. I really do think I have a phobia of like big birds. Like
that is true. I really think so.
Yeah. Not the sexual kind, but I'm thinking about the ostrich or the
so touch me. So stupid.
Yeah, cassowary. But now we're gonna dive into the world of phobias. Let's get right into the episode. All right. We are each going to present to you an interesting and weird phobia. First off, Brendan, what is the phobia that you have?
So I'm presenting this phobia called Nomophobia. So
Nomophobia. Okay.
Nomophobia.
Nomophobia. Okay.
The name actually literally describes the phobia, and there are a lot of shows that actually like jokes about this like nomophobia. So nomophobia is basically no mobile phone phobia. Nomophobia. You see that? Wow. So it's literally the fear or anxiety caused by not having a working mobile phone. So especially in this day and age, right, it's actually a symptom or syndrome, right, that is of problematic digital use, especially with dealing with mental health. You know, especially with overuse of like social media. A lot of people's safe space is actually on their phones.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
wow.
It's really a first world phobia.
First world, yeah, it's really a first world problem. It causes a bit of anxiety that, like when you see your phone at 1%, right, and you have a 1 hour ride home, then you just like, oh no, then your phone died halfway, right? Then you're just like, on the train, you're just like, wow.
Then every second you keep looking at your phone.
Yeah. Last time when you find things to do, like you read the the advertisements.
Yeah.
You look around, you people watch, then you like start to count down. You look at the MRT, the sign to say, oh, actually there are a lot of ways to go home nowadays.
And I do feel that there is this aspect of like, if I don't have my phone, then it's like I have to be in the world, which I don't want. It's like I want to be in my virtual world.
Yeah.
Yeah, escaping from the reality and all this.
There are many, especially younger people, right? It's called behavioral addiction. That means they're addicted to their phones, which is, I believe, most people are. It's very common nowadays, especially for, even for my own son. Sometimes he does watch his phone. So then, when he watches the phone, he's just like, wow, his body can go in. So it's like, especially for people who have they didn't have that control, right? So they are overly addicted, right? There are actually many cases where the people actually get hospitalized. As in, like, they really have to go to rehab to to release this addiction of the phone.
Have y'all actually tried to be in a situation where it's like, okay, 2 hours, 3 hours, right? I'm not touching my phone. Not when you're sleeping or whatever, but it's like literally just try your best to not use your phone.
Very hard.
Watching movie, when I'm in the movie theater. There was this show. There are a lot of shows, right, that did this, right? That like families, the father like lock off the Wi-Fi, then they make the kids like, you need to do your chores, then I give you like a taste. So they say it's like, these are drug addicts. It's so easy to control drug addicts. Yeah. Nowadays they have this box, right, that you can lock your phones. It's getting very popular. Then you have to set a timer, and within this timer, right, there's no other way to get the phone out until the timer finishes. Yeah,
I've seen that box, right? It's an indestructible box. It's really very impossible to get in. Like, it is meant to be like impossible to get into.
Yeah, there's no key. There's no like reset button to reset the time. So once you set 1 hour, right, that's gone. That's it.
Go to the box. Give me back my phone.
So like you can play video games or this, but it's just something about the phone where it's like people contacting you and stuff like that you have a like worry about like there's the fear of having a distance from me. No more phobia. Okay, I think all of us should strive our best to not get this phobia. Not good. Okay, next up we have Mr. Jin Yong, what is the phobia that you are going to present to us?
Okay, I'm making a last minute change. I know I posted a different phobia in the group chat. This phobia name is very long. It's called Aphenphosmphobia.
Aphenphosmphobia. Okay.
Do you want to guess what is the phobia of?
The fear of wind.
No.
I know some is Latin word.
Yeah, no, but most of the origins are Greek or Latin, the phobia term.
Yeah.
It's the fear of being touched or the fear of intimacy.
Oh.
Okay.
Hands off.
Touch me.
So I realized I got this thing. It's not like I know I got it, but my body just reacts this way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me. So I can share two separate occasions of this thing happening. I went to an event and did a sharing. Then we talk after the sharing ended. Then of course the host that invited me wanted to come over and talk. So I think he's a more liberal kind of person. Although he's Singaporean, he likes to give hugs and kisses and whatnot. So we talk, we finished, we concluded. Then he wanted to hug Then I saw his arms come out. I moved away, and I didn't even know I moved there. Then he shocked. I also shocked. Why am I reacting like this? To make the situation less awkward, right? I had to continue the conversation from where we left off. Then 5 minutes later, I just say, "Oh, want to hug it out before we go?" Then he "Oh, hug can." Then after that, we parted our ways.
So it's not like you absolutely cannot do a hug, but the initial thought of it, it does freak you out lah.
But how do you say I don't feel freaked out you ask me to hug, I can hug, but I don't when this thing come, my body just reacts one way
Is it specifically even if your family members, if they were to go and touch you or hug you, you feel this way?
Yes, sometimes when I least expected it.
Oh, okay, very interesting. So you don't
you want to hug, you all have to preempt me Jin Yong, can we hug
Is your love language touch one of the lowest?
Yes. I think we did this before.
Oh, okay, interesting.
It's the opposite
It's
of
very tough for Brendan. Brendan's
yes. I was going to say, but I have to say I am much better than in the past. If you met the old me, that would be very bad.
Yeah, I think he doesn't like me.
Why? Why Jin Yong come back?
The second incident was both embarrassing and funny, not for me but for the other person that was entertained by this. So what happened was that my first job, I had a junior staff, actually a female junior staff that was a junior from my Nanyang NTU lah.
Okay.
So she was under my care sort of, so I have to teach her things ma. Then you know how some girls, when you teach them things on the laptop, right, they will come very close to you side by side. Then they will see what you're teaching them. Then when I realized she's side by side, then I also jump, Then she laughed I don't know what she's laughing about, And then the second occasion was when we went out for dinner with other few friends. Then before we left, right, same thing like Brandon, she gave me a hug, Then this time I didn't jump, but she could feel my whole body freeze out like that. And then after she let go, she oh.
Yeah.
Then she laughed.
That happens very often to people who are introverted and people who doesn't like physical intimacy, right? Because me and my wife, right, we are both physical touch, we are quite high. And we see a lot. We see happen to a lot to the people around us. No, they freeze up. Then you can tell their bodies then they just squeeze down. Then it's just oh no, this is not a place I want to be.
Ew.
Do you feel that it's more the touching that you don't like, or the invasion of your personal space,
or the person?
The personal space.
Or the person.
Whoa.
J-Lo.
Yeah, because the more I grow in age, the more I realize I don't like people to come too near my personal space, regardless of its social or my work settings.
You are okay with if you actually mentally prepare we're gonna hug here.
Need some time.
If someone just casually, hey, Jin Yong, how you just massage your shoulder, you okay with that?
I can't guarantee how I act lah. Maybe I'll stiff out or what.
Oh, but how about massage? Do you go for normal nature land, this kind of massage?
I went to massage and the masseuse actually laughed at me. She touched, then I'll stiffen up, then don't like that.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. 轻松一点,
Yeah, correct.
轻松一点.
If you all ever see Jin Yong, right, please give me a big hug for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up for myself, my phobia is called Linonophobia. Would you like to make a guess? What is this? Linonophobia.
The fear of clothes.
Oh, that's a good guess. Okay, it's similar to that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cause linen, linen. Yeah, I was guessing that. Yeah.
So is it a fear of no clothes?
No. So it's related to clothes, right? But what is clothes mostly made of?
Cotton.
Cotton. Ooh.
Yeah, which
linen.
is a string, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, if you look at linonophobia, right, the direct origin comes from Greek. And it means the fear of strings.
Oh.
Now, it's very, very weird because people are thinking how on earth do you develop a fear of strings? Or a fear of yarn or anything like that, right? Now, when I went to go and deep dive into this, right, because it is one of the most high-profile research phobias that a lot of people are very fascinated by. A lot of the time, it's linked to the fear of being tied up or being struck up by rope.
Mm-hmm.
So, this often deduced, right, from two situations. One is that you have a personal experience of being tied up. So a lot of these people that have been kidnapped or they've been trapped before, right, they develop this phobia because they feel I don't want to be tied up by the yarn. But there have been cases where they show that people, they have developed a fear of it by watching movies. So if you watch all those kidnapping movies or whatever, right, the idea that someone is tied up and then they cannot escape the situation because of yarn or because of rope, right? Then they start to develop this sort of phobia. Now, I think what you guys are thinking is actually, do they have an issue wearing clothes? Correct? Because because technically most string is made out of, like, most clothes is made out of yarn.
Yeah, string.
Yeah. So this isn't so much the case, as most of the time, if they don't see a single thread that is visible, right, they will not get freaked out. So they still are okay with clothes. But I went to see, right, shoelaces is like a major problem.
No, but can you imagine it is that, like, when you're wearing the clothes, right, then suddenly there's, you know, like, sometimes your clothes get loose thread. It's like, oh! Save me! Then everyone's like, what happened? What's happened?
They keep putting the yarn. The worst is like you bring it to like a shoe store or something like that.
Oh.
Or the, like, Nike dunks or shoes.
They can only wear the Velcro type.
Yeah. Or the loafers, like those
loafers.
So this type of thing, yeah. So for me, this is one of the phobias that I'll be like, I think it might ruin my life if I have this fear. Because you think about it, it's like string everywhere that is like you're wearing clothes or you're like wearing shoes. Okay, last up for you, Jordan. What is your phobia?
All right, these phobias has 36 characters long.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I try to break down Hippopotomonstrosesquippedaliophobia.
Oh, okay.
That's very long.
Yeah, it's very long. Yeah,
So
spell it now.
since
Give
I told you
$10.
36 character, can you guys guess what kind of phobia is this?
I know what I actually know what it is. So
Yeah, because it's one of the most fascinating phobias that I went to go and research lah. But so I already know it. But Jing Yong, do you know it?
When doing my research, yes, I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Since you all know, I mean, to the audience, is a kind of phobia that people afraid to pronounce long word. I think it's more of a mixture of fear and phobia, where public speaking is involved. I used to watch this documentary saying that sometimes there's people that they cannot recognize reading some letter R or S. So like you give them a word. So like you give them every day, the word every day. Like they can see E, but they cannot see V. Experiences shame and embarrassment on the pronouncing of long words lah. Yeah.
Is it correlated to like verbal? So it's not like if they see the word like they freak out, right? But it's the verbal pronunciation of the word lah.
Yeah.
yeah, but when they see the word, they will imagine pronouncing it. Then they will freak out. It's so crazy that the fact that your phobia name, right, is your phobia. It's like
they're trying to troll you, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the irony is at its best. When I saw the word, I was just like, oh, this has to be something crazy. I was like, oh, what phobia do you have? Don't ask me. It's Hippo. No, stop it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Why? Just tell me what you're scared of. I don't want. Don't make me say it.
If you have this phobia, right, you must like. Other people are like, oh, this Mary Poppins is such a great movie. I hate that movie. That movie sucks. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I hate Julie Andrews. Actually, right, I'm very fascinated by what length of the word does it then it become long?
Does it get more?
3 syllables. 4 syllables.
3 syllables. We have dived into the wacky world of phobias. That was our episode.
Get out of here!
Oh, look at the time. The coffee shop is closing. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please remember give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. We have episodes that drops every Monday. But in the same time, also, if you're into football, we have the football kaki that drops every Wednesday. And also, if you're into fun and interesting game show formats, we have the SG Jar podcast, our big podcast here at the Chit Chatter that drops every Friday. Also, if you're into interesting and fun tournament polls, we have a weekly tournament poll that goes up on our Instagram every Monday to Thursday, where we have a reoccurring knockout. And this week's tournament is going to be First World Fears, inspired by Brendan's phobia. How do you pronounce it again?
Nomophobia.
Nomophobia. So if you're interested in that tournament, you can head to our Instagram every Monday to Thursday to go and vote. All right, boys, we hope everyone stays safe. You don't get into a new phobia, but remember,
A kopi a day keeps your troubles away.
Don't
Touch!
Me!